wombo combo.
Yeah.
Another wombo.
I don't mind MF and I don't mind Jin in this hour, so going to be the misfortune, yeah. Yeah, just something that I think we've seen a lot over the LCK. Like Gumi usually plays this a lot. Can be very strong with that. Well, as Eddie was saying, the wombo combo-ness of KC.
Like, this is like
Consistent damage and making sure they have to reset.
I mean,
Oh, flash. Okay, Tether as well. Khalif now flash as well. No summoners in the bottom lane. Boost just slowed down the tangle barbs. Saves his life, but I think there's enough damage following up. Mystic Shot not going to be hit, but Skewmond in range. An auto attack, throwing a rock, and first blood will navigate into Skewmond's hand.
G2 just with full info, basically, as to what Yike's up to.
but Yike actually choosing not to go for the grubs. I thought that he would just do a cross map here. I think that was part of the motivation.
Tangle barbs, bullet time. Oh, Hansama in the thick of it, but he's going to get out. Busio is pretty low though. Skewmond looking for an angle.
Yeah, I thought Yike was bottom lane, or bot camp, so no real reason for him to be there. And Yike was seen clearing from top into bot lane. So by all information,
Skewmond doesn't have another smite, but he's being annoying. As Yehu might be one shot here. Caps looking for some poke down as under turret, he's going to get the stun up. Caps is not taken up. Yes, actually he is. Never mind. He spreads it through Tibbers. He trying to send it to the TP mid.
Big mistake from Caps. That was about to be a knockout punch from G2. You had Kalist who opened up mid to cover for Yehu, which means that Hansam was getting more plates in the bottom side. Dragon was about to be taken, and Caps would have caught that mid lane structure. Now instead, you lose Dragon. You still get the tower bot lane, but you don't have Kalist lose as much of that CS on the bottom lane. And now KC get mid lane play.
But now the play is pretty simple, I think, for G2. They get the Herald, they can use the Herald mids to open up that tower, and with the pressure transition from pressure in mid lane to top, but they didn't need it. They instead just cleared out a wave in mid, they sent their bot lane plus jungle top, they get all those plates uncontested, and then they have the Rise reset to then move into mid to catch that wave, and they can just keep this going. Yehu doesn't have the wave clear. He can ult onto Hansama, that's true, but I don't think it matters. So that is an uncontested objective secured, and they had another side lane play in mind, but you're guaranteed to get another push on the second tower here, I think.
Turns into a dive. Tower not going to be there for long, and Broken Blade behind enemy lines kind of burns in for
Or is like, try and get pushed with Ryzen's top side, which has been pushed off, into then he shifts across the mid, you then have Hansama shift across the bot, and they use it on this bot lane turret in just a second instead.
But they're just going to drop it bot.
I mean, they see multiple members of KC top, right? So at this stage, I think they can just go for it.
There it is. Yeah, they're just raw chucking it down bot lane, being like, here you go. Have some gold, Broken Blade. You've been weak side for pretty much this entire game.
Not taking much damage. Now with the Skarner as well with his Child's Impact and an Impale. Ulti on the spot. Kana can't go back to his turret. He flashes eventually, wins the 4 trades. The burn won't be enough. Broken Blade flies downhill. And G2, meanwhile, are making another play. Hansama looks for Buzio, who's getting low. Arcane shift forward and Q to the face. A Mystic Shot with Yike now down the firing line. A Cyclone finally used, but he too will die with an Arcane shift. A double over to Hansama.
Meanwhile, a cross-map play is happening where KC, they're not really committing to anything. It's just the bot lane of G2 have said, oh, the Herald bot is too much pressure for him to really answer. Skewmond's running around on his go-kart, finding kill after kill. Ishtal's
Impact, Impale, Kana. He burned his summoners before he's dead. He tries to equalize away with Baron. They've got enough health to play through. In a turret now under threat, and Kana's going to die a second time. G2 on an Onslaught. This time, all they're going to do is fix up how they get into the base, and the game should be theirs.
So, people at home might be wondering, why are range supports considered so OP? This is a perfect example of why Karma has basically been pick or ban for most of the split. This game is a result of the bot lane dominance, where they just won the 2 versus 2.
Yeah.
The Skarner had an easy lane to play through. They secured the bot tower. You win like 1 or 2 fights, and the snowball turns into this. Like, it just cascades into enemy jungle has no available plays, while this Ezreal is just running rampant on the Rift.
Buso, I mean, he can't play as well. Here comes Pop Blossom in front of it in Nexus again. Yeah, who gets it? Flash into the backline, bullet time as well. Galliol layers down, but it ain't going to be like game 1. Protobelt into Kana's way. The flash forward from LeBron going to find Kana. Stunned up, rooted down. The poke from Hansama hits hard to the ground with Winds of War getting Buso low as well. And LeBron takes Kana to the wing. Khalid's going to flash away, but as Broken Blade looks for another wind, it is G2 who break open the base and will not be caught napping. Like
positionally, it just doesn't matter. G2 are just swinging with their wallets right now. They have too much damage, and KC are running out of options. The Prof
might be dead. Maybe an Annie time. Tibbers coming in, Yike coming in
what
as
is
well.
he doing?
He's by himself. You know what? Leave LeBron alone. He's going to press W and heal up. Maybe it's a bait. Realm Warp. He dodges the Incinerate. Maybe it was a great bait. Skewan's going to do some driving. Gets the slow down. True shot Ryman. KC on their defense yet again. Kana gets top push. And we did talk about this in game one. KC getting their waves in order. Gave them a bit of room to breathe. At least G2 can't just transition this. As KC look to try and defend the bot wave, but Hans Sama is going to move in there. The only problem is top's already been dealt with an inhibitor down, so G2 don't really care if Kana pushes that wave back. With double inhibitor now dropping, they see Kana on the next wave, and they know they can take this for free. Yike flank onto Caps, Thoughts. He's going to be spiraling there as Pop Blossom in from Boosie on the same time, gets Broken Blade, but the problem is Broken Blade is a bit of a tank. Skewmon gets an impale onto the Annie, and G2 are mopping up. I swear KC thought they could find something cleanly here in this second game, but they were wrong. 11-0, make it 12. The pile of kills is stacking up for G2 at 27 minutes as KC have not picked up a single dub in that first column. Game 2, a better retribution for G2.
It was a perfect game. Dragon.
Apart from
Yes.
the Dragon,
Yeah.
let's call it perfect. We got a series, and G2 did not make the same mistake twice.